Hello my friends, and welcome back to our continuing playing Let's Play Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. My name is the FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and today we take on Nayuta in case number 2, the magical turnabout. I hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day today. Well, Defense, are you finally ready to let it all go and move on? Absolutely not.
Detective, please add the information about the prints on the tape to your testimony.
The defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it during the show. Okay. Just recapping here. So, the victim planned to get his revenge on True Camry during Tuesday's magic show. Mr. Reyes was going to first steal the Grammy notebook from the defendant. He then intended to reveal the secrets behind the magic tricks during the show. That was the victim's plan for revenge, but while he did in fact steal the notebook, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal his secrets. The defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it during the show. That's impossible. She wears gloves. How do I prove that though?
Hold it!
What made you think to check the luminous tape for prints? Well, I bet it was detective's intuition. I dusted not just the tape, but just about everywhere for fingerprints. Oh? I dusted pretty much every single surface in the theater. I mean, it was nice to be able to dust for prints without anybody getting mad at me. Yeah, I mean, we all know that that Ima absolutely loves her fingerprinting, which is good. It's nice to know that she likes what she does. I do find it weird though that I stopped in the middle of a examination. I rewound my previous video just now just to make sure. Did I actually stop in the middle of an investigation? That's really weird. But then again, February is a really hectic time for the year for me. The entire month of February is kind of like blarg, on top of blarg, on top of blarg. I don't know what the heck that was, but that's kind of what February is. So I probably just missed it. It's great that you're enthusiastic, Ima, but there is such a thing as too enthusiastic. The tape was moved to guide Mr. Reyes into the coffin that was downstage. If that's true, it does sound like a murder rather than an accident. Well, it certainly doesn't help that juicy prints are on the tape. Ugh. I wish I knew what sound would even be appropriate to make this situation. Maybe blarg is what you need. That's the word for the day, folks. Blarg. Defendant's tapes on the prints on the tape. How do I say that she wears gloves? Yeah, it was empty and there was supposed to be a fire trick. True entertainer always keeps a smile on her face. Defendant's prints, that's a picture of Mr. Reyes. A set of unknown fingerprints were on the top. Trucy wore gloves. There it is. Trucy wore gloves during this stage. So none of the fingerprints were found. Exactly.
Objection!
I'm like, how do I say that she wears gloves? You know, I know what to say. I just don't know always how to say it. And that has been common in Ace Attorney lore on this channel for 7 other games. I mean, this is what, the 8th game we played of Ace Attorney, and in almost all those games, sometimes I'm like, I know what to say, I just don't know how to say it. Or sometimes sometimes I know what to say, but I don't know when to say it. Because sometimes I get to the point before I'm supposed to get to the point, and that kind of throws me off too. I'm sorry, Detective Sky, but there's a flaw in your testimony, if we say. Oh, really? The prosecution is claiming that Miss Wright moved the understage tape during the show, in order to guide the victim into the coffin downstage. But it doesn't make sense that she would leave prints on the tape at that time.
It doesn't?
Please consider the fingerprint results of the main coffin, which shows that none of my client's fingerprints were found on or in it. That's true. We didn't find any of her prints on the coffin. I think you realize what the flaw in your testimony is. Claiming Miss Wright left prints on the tape during the show is inconsistent with the facts. Because she was wearing gloves during the show. Oh. She must have left the prints sometime before the show started. In other words, her prints do not prove she moved the tape to mislead the victim. The prosecution's investigation was insufficient. Insufficient, I tell you! Oh my. But on a personal level, I'm very happy about that. Aw, thanks, Ima.
Well, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, if the defense's argument is true, well then you have no evidence the defendant moved the tape to deceive the victim.
I see. Apparently, the defense is more intelligent than I had thought. More than a stink bug, at any rate. Come on, you can bump me up to at least a stag beetle by now, can't you? Man, Aiba would be having such a great time in this conversation. Would that really be any better? Of course, it's way better! I mean, stag beetles are cool with those huge mandibles of theirs and everything. Okay, never mind. If the defense wishes to be promoted to a stag beetle, then answer me this question. Alright, shoot. Even with no evidence that the accused moved the tape to misguide the victim, the victim still climbed the ladder, using the tape as a guide, and entered the coffin on the stage. The accuser then thrust her sword into said coffin with the victim in it.
So what you're saying is the fact remains that the victim was stabbed to death, right?
Precisely. However, this does drastically change one aspect of this case. If the accused did not lead the victim into the coffin on purpose, then it means the victim's death could have been accidental. If it was indeed an accident, the defense can argue that it was involuntary manslaughter.
I see. Well, it was involuntary manslaughter that completed extenuating circumstances.
Well, that'd be bad because then her reputation is so ruined, right?
And the severity of the crime could be mitigated.
Defense, if you believe the accused did not murder the victim, then do you argue that it was an accident? This is it, the all-important question. The defense argues that Mr. Reyes' death was murder. Yes, he was murdered. Okay. Now, I know what you're about to say. This is a bad idea. But here's the thing. We know that based on the fingerprints, which is somewhere here. Based on these fingerprints, he's standing with either his front facing towards the door of the coffin or his back facing towards the door of the coffin. However, he was stabbed in the back. This is an impossibility that Trucy stabbed him while he was in the coffin because of the way he was standing. So therefore, in no possible way could Trucy have stabbed him. Which means someone else did. Which means it's murder. The defense maintains that the defendant is entirely innocent. We believe that was an accident. It wasn't an accident, but it was murder. And what's more, we believe it was committed by a third party. A third party, as if the two culprits is someone else. That is quite a brazen claim to make. And one wholly without grounds. Your voice is as loud as your suit, and your mind echoes just as loudly in emptiness. Surely you were but a lad with pepper in your previous life. I'm in the mood of vegetable? Wow, I didn't know a person could be reincarnated as a non-sentient plant. In any case, I do have grounds to make this claim. Let us hear this reasoning of yours, then. Alright, but before I give in, there's one question that we need to address. If the victim was killed by some third party, then the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin wasn't the cause of death. If that's the case, then how do we wind up with the dead body inside the coffin? Yeah, that's a very good point, Mega Man. And that's something that we should definitely ask.
A very good question. Now let's hear your opinion, Mr. Justice. How did the victim's body wind up inside the coffin?
It was magic, obviously. No, this is worth a health bar. I can't do that. He was killed understage. Yes, he was killed understage. Exactly. But how did he get in the coffin then? That's the trick. How did he get in the coffin if he was dead? He must have been killed in the coffin. But when did that happen? Someone must have killed him after he came up. Because he's holding the box with his hands, right? I suppose the victim might have been killed inside the coffin. Exactly. And who was the one who thrust the sword into the coffin? It was Miss Wright. Ah! Your Honor, it would appear the defense is finally given up. Please render your verdict. Hold it. Now wait just a minute. I said might have been. I didn't say definitely was.
Did you really think that such verbal acrobatics would get you off the hook?
Ah, dang it. Oh, if only I could have stuck the landing better.
Why don't you try again, Defense? How did the victim's body wind up inside the cuff?
It was killed on stage. What if the victim was killed under the stage before he put into the coffin? In other words, what if the victim was already dead in the coffin from the get-go?
Oh, I see. In that case, the defense sword wouldn't have been the cause of death. How do you respond, Gyakuten Saiban?
Well, that is the third time.
The third time of what?
Yeah! The heck? All the dots? What the heck is this? That? What do you think you're doing? That hurt! Even the merciful Holy Mother loses patience as she is struck 3 times. Since you never learn, you needed to be punished. Why didn't you let me worry about what I need and don't need? It is what you deserve for interfering with my secret last rites for the victim. You are a brainless lawyer chasing phantoms. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Let this humble servant to the Holy Mother give you an edifying sermon. A sermon? Now? There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Khura'inism. A cornered frog will swallow even a snake.
Huh? Cornered lawyer has unexpectedly struck back hard against the persecution. Did I get it right?
No, for I am not done with my sermon. And yet, the frog still dies, its belly bitten and torn from within. Just great. And in this case, you were that frog defense. What exactly is your point anyway? Let us assume for a moment that the victim was killed under the stage. Who then had the opportunity to do so during the stage? Ah, crud, I didn't even think about that. Who was under the stage? That was... Oh my gosh, this is... Well, the only thing I can think of is... the body must have been in the coffin the entire time. Right? Let's see. The people in the show were... Bonnie the Femme, the victim Mr. Reyes, and Tusi, right? Bonnie the Femme was on stage throughout the entire show. It is easily confirmed by the footage from the show. Which leaves us with only one suspect, Tusi, right? I hate it when we get close to something, and after getting close to something, they spin the tables on us and cause us to go in opposite directions. It drives me crazy. Now, do you see? The accused killer, Mr. Reyes, says he waited on standby in the Understage Passage, and then placed his dead body in the coffin above, thus making the murder look like an accident. No! Oh, great and merciful Holy Mother. Thus, another putrid mind has been guided toward enlightenment.
Ugh! Can't believe I swallowed his trick question whole.
Objection!
Jersey? No, not Jersey. Athena. I said Jersey.
Athena!
Sorry, but that raised an objection here.
Athena?
What are you? There's something I want to point out, Apollo. And who might you be? You strike me as a mere child in countenance. I may be young, but I have an attorney's badge just the same. And you would contribute to the discussion in that capacity. I most certainly would. You just argued that the defendant killed the victim under the stage. But let me remind you that Miss Wright is just a girl. Clearly. Surely you didn't raise an objection simply to point out such an obvious fact. Your Honor, please send for this little child's guardian to come take her home.
Hold it!
But I'm not done with my sermon. You don't need to talk like Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, you know. Listen, if the victim was killed in the Understage Passage, then his body would have then been hauled up the stage, right? However, Miss Wright is a young girl, and a pretty petite one at that. She could have possibly have headed that large body up and put it in the coffin.
Well, that's true. Does seem like it would be very a difficult task to defend it. I don't think even I could do it.
I think I'd say like she used the winches or something in order to lift him up. I know that sounds like a long shot, but at the same time, I want to put it past this guy. What do you think of that, prosecutor? Who's the child now? In my religion, the priestesses of Khura'in are revered as the pillars of our beliefs. So I naturally hold nothing but deep respect for women. I also think highly of the female perspective. Says a man who called his fair maiden a little child.
Who's a fair maiden?
I agree that your point is worth discussing, defense. How indeed was the dead body raised up into the coffin? By the accused, to see right, that is. You're committed to pointing the finger at her no matter what, huh? Then you explain how that even be possible. But of course. There was a way for even a small creature like her to raise the victim's body up. Huh? Wait! You really can't explain it? I foresaw that the arguments would come to this. So I prepared a witness.
Well, I admire your readiness, prosecutor.
It's really not that difficult. When one can read the ultimate outcome of any trial. He couldn't have really predicted that things would turn out like this, could he?
It's pretty hard to believe.
Excuse me, but may I sit down now?
Yes, I suppose you may.
One moment, Detective Sky. I'm sorry for, the way you handled all of this. You did a fine job, Detective. Your testimony was invaluable. It was? Yes. You served well as a detective, and you did not allow your personal feelings to interfere. You overcame the conflicted emotions you felt and performed your duty admirably. You will be rewarded for your fine work. Thank you. I hope we can work together again in the future. Ima seems bewildered by the unexpected praise. I guess he's a pretty nice person, like they say. As long as you're not up against him.
Now then, well, let's call the next witness.
Oh, not her. The lying bunny. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the court. It's really nice to meet all of you. I'm a Lego-morphing illusionist from the land of fairy tales, Bunny the Farm. I can't wait to do some magic tricks for all of you. Please, witness. There is a time and a place for all things, including magic. Oh, but it would be okay if I do just a little magic, right? Come on, please. Look, everybody is waiting. Now's my chance to shine. Okay, that killed the music. That is your second time. My second time doing what? There will be no further warnings. You should know that from a preparatory meeting, correct? Eep! Is no one exempt from His Holiness's rosary of suffering?
May we have your testimony, witness, once you recovered from your disappointment?
Well, as a huge fan of Trucy's, I don't really want to testify against her. But I guess I have to, don't I?
As a huge fan of Trucy's, huh?
I hate her! I loathe her! I can't stand that Trucy, right? Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that! So this is exactly what that stiffling bat deserves! Sure, you're a real fan, alright? Destroyed Trucy, you mean? The Understage Passage. I really can't believe that Trucy killed Mr. Reyes. I guess it's possible for a small girl to lift a dead body up if she used a stage lift. Is it possible? Could Trucy really have? If Trucy really did use a stage lift, I think she must have used stage lift number 2. I was on stage for the entire show, by the way. Why don't I believe that last sentence? But then again, wouldn't our bracelet like tingle or something? You were on stage the whole time? Are you sure about that? There is no question. The entire audience could testify to that fact. What's more, she is shown clearly in the TV show footage as well. I couldn't possibly have killed Mr. Reyes. Not little old me. Therefore, the only person who could have killed the victim on the stage is the accused. Furthermore, by using a stage lift, even a petite young lady could have raised the body up to the stage without difficulty. You gotta be kidding me.
Very well, defense may now cross-examine the witness.
The Understage Passage. I really can't believe that Trucy killed Mr. Reyes.
Hold it!
You said you are a huge fan of Trucy's, isn't that right? Yes. I even became a magician because I wanted to be just like her. The first time I saw her, she was performing at the Wonder Bar. She was only in junior high back then, but she gets up on stage with tons of confidence. And then, She proceeded to win my heart with her astonishing tricks and winning smile. She certainly sounds like she means all that. So finally being able to perform with her must have been quite a big treat for you, right? Oh yes. After all, it was my chance to have her see me. Not just as a fan, but as a fellow magician. But then that horrible accident happened. It was not an accident. It was murder. Witness, please explain if you would. How a small young woman, such as Tracy Wright, could have raised the body. I guess it's possible for a small girl to lift a dead body up if she used a stage lift.
Hold it!
What makes you think it would be possible? It's not like you tried it out yourself, right? Well, actually, we did try it out for ourselves. You did? Detective Sky, if you would. Oh. So that's why you made me do that. Detective Sky? What did he have you do? The prosecutor asked me to try facing one of the male police officers with the stage lift. Without a single word explanation as to why he was making me do it. You're kidding. It's as if he could really foresee all of our counter-arguments. Do not underestimate this humble servant of the Holy Mother. More like haughty. I guess that means Tracy could have lifted the dead body up? Does that mean? Is it possible? Could Tracy really have? You're such a bad actress. Is what possible? Could Tracy really have what, Mr. Pham? Now please finish your sentence. Well, Gosh darn it, don't try to beat around the bush. Come right out and say it. Why not tell this court what you really believe? What I really believe? Of course I don't believe Tracy could ever have committed murder. Such an amazing and wonderful magician would never do such a thing. But, taking all the facts into account, what else can I think? I know at least 3 other unflattering things you really think about Tracy. How can you attack this girl? But she's obviously speaking with reserve.
There is such a thing as reading between the lines, Mr. Justice. It's sad how the youth of today lack the ability to do such a basic thing.
Looking at me like that isn't going to help me stick my foot in my mouth less, Your Honor. Witness, please describe what the accused must have used to lift the dead body. Alright. If Tracy did use a stage lift, I think she must use stage lift number 2.
Hold it!
Stage lift number 2? You mean the stage lift shown here on the left? That's right, with the stage lift. I think even a small girl could easily lift a dead body up to the stage. Yeah, where does stage lift number 2 go, though? Stage lift Tracy had to move out of the way during the show since it was already all the way up. I don't know what the Man of Mysteries autopsy report. Time of death, April 27, approximately 10 a.m. Shock as a result of being stabbed through the back with a sharp blade. So I don't really know what we're arguing here with number 2. And so that makes her the murderer, in your opinion. Of course not. I believe in Trucy. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of hers. Oh, brother. How long is she gonna keep this act up? Defense. What position was stage lift number 2 in after the show? Let's see. If I recall, it was in the fully raised position. Ah! And the reason why it was fully raised is because the accused used it to lift the victim's body. Wouldn't you agree? Feel free to slowly mull it over while you roast over the flames of hell. You evil red pepper. So now I'm also evil? And I hate peppers. Don't call me a pepper. Ugh, I hate peppers. I was on stage for the entire show, by the way.
Hold it!
You didn't have a single spare moment to slip down into the Understage Passage? Huh? Don't tell me you suspect me now. I'm just trying to do my job by fully examining alibi. Depending on how solid it is, I might have to suspect you, yes. You gotta be kidding me. Don't spit on my hand until it's raining, lawyer boy! I'm right there in the footage! Oh, you're too much of an idiot to see! Huh?
Mr. Firm, are you feeling alright? You seem suddenly different.
Oops. Where did that come from, right? Oh my. I seem to have stopped there for a second, didn't I? Tee hee. You didn't just snap. You broke character just now. In any case, I was on stage the whole time performing magic. I mean, you saw me in the footage, right? My dazzling and flawless performance. Flawless? Well, that's odd considering what you told me. You said you made a mistake with where you positioned Mr. Hat.
Mr. Firm, to what is the defense referring?
Well, I made a little mistake on stage. I was in charge of operating Mr. Hat, you see. According to the script, I was supposed to place him to the left of the coffin. But I flubbed it up and made him stand to the right of the coffin instead. And because of that mistake, Trucy had to move stage lifts around. Oh, so number 2 is not where it should be. I feel really bad about messing up Trucy like that with my goof. Teehee, she set Trucy up. Oh my gosh. Darn it, I don't see any inconsistencies in her testimony. Now, do you know who the real killer is? Come on, Gramps, don't just stand there. They're not running. Pronto! Do it quick before you knee it up over there.
I beg your pardon?
Oops. What's gotten into me? I'm so sorry. I give her another 5 minutes before she tears off that mask. Well, defense. Are you ready to let it all go now? Of course not. I'll never give up. I see. I suppose this too is fate. The sacred scriptures of Khura'in describe a variety of hells for the damned. For someone like you who struggles ceaselessly against his fate, Papul Bojik seems most appropriate. People boil what? Oh wait, that's Khura'inese.
What sort of terrible place is Papa Bojig?
A place where the more one struggles, the further one falls into the abyss. At the bottom of the abyss, a ferocious beast awaits. Think of it as something akin to an antlion sand pit trap.
Ooh, there's one of those in my backyard.
Wow, Khura'in's hell is closer to home than I thought.
Now then, it would appear that the witness's testimony supports the prosecution's claims. The defendant is the only one who could have killed the victim understage.
Kirk, how are we supposed to get out of this jam? Hey, Apollo, if you can't find any contradictions, maybe it's time to use analytical psychology. You mean? I heard some discord in Buddy's voice while she was testifying. Oh, dear lord. See, Widget is picking up on the noise in a hot tool. Well, that's right. Athena can hear things others can't with their super sensitive hearing. She can hear the emotions people suppress as a kind of noise or discord in their voices. Alright, Athena. Let's give it a try. You got it.
Hold it!
Your Honor. I'm afraid that a witness, Mr. Farm, is suffering under terrible traumatic stress due to this horrible incident.
She is?
I mean, just look at how crazy she's going. Of course she is. Yes, with that terrible death on stage. And her beloved Tusi getting arrested, she's under awful strain and shock. In fact, I don't know how much more she could take before she is unfit to testify. What?
Oh, I've heard of that. What's it called? Post-stress disorder, right? It's where a person becomes uncontrollably angry, I think. I'm pretty sure I read about it somewhere. It was somewhere in the Looney Tunes section.
That's going postal, Your Honor. This is PTSD.
Oh my! So that's what the witness acts so hostile at times. As if she were a different person.
No, Judge, that's DID. Yes, and I think her condition is clouding her memory of the incident. I mean, maybe we go with that, though. Therefore, I suggest a short therapy session for the witness.
Therapy? You don't know the first thing about a magician's mental strength. I risked my life jumping the rings of fire and have my body sawn in half. Oopsie!
Bye, I do have to watch my temper, don't I? Teehee. Now we know why the buddy's trying to get the heck out of there. Buddy's like, this girl's nuts.
Miss Sykes, please do whatever you can to help this poor unfortunate soul.
Poor unfortunate souls! Or,
young lady.
and what exactly is this child planning to do, Mr. Justice? With her super sensitive hearing, Miss Sykes can hear a witness's true emotions. Simply from tone and inflection, she can tell exactly what a person is feeling. I can even pick up feelings that a witness is trying to suppress or hide. Widget protects emotions I hear into the mood matrix where I can analyze them. It sounds like some sort of spurious devilry. Though I find it hard to believe, I must ask. How do emotions constitute evidence?
Well, I won't say that emotions can't be taken as evidence per se. I have seen how instrumental Miss Sykes' work has been in cracking a case or two. Well, therefore, I wholly support giving it a try.
I see. If you're in favor of Your Honor, then I... Have no objections. Even this monk, mere monk, can see that something disturbs this witness.
I'll disturb you! Oh, thank you.
Oops. Oh, thank you for understanding. Gyakuten Saiban. Apollo, you remember how to conduct the therapy session, right? Yes, I do.
You want me to lead this session?
Of course, you're the lead one on this case, after all. Oh, fair enough. Do I need a refresher? I don't think we need a why not? This game is kind of confusing. Okay, but I think I could use a refresher. Like, seriously, this game is kind of confusing. So, bodies and emotions are shown here in the moon matrix, right? Exactly. The emotions I pick up from my testimony are projected into this program. The moon matrix gives a visual representation of a witness's testimony and emotions. These 4 moon markers reflect fluctuations in a witness's emotions. As the testimony unfolds, the moon markers flash in relation to the witness's feelings. When the witness feels happy or was enjoying the memory, the happy marker will light up. When the witness is angry or frustrated, the angry marker will act. Hold on, let me go back to that because I always forget this one. So happy or enjoying is happy. Angry or frustrated. You see, that's the second syllable that always gets me. It's not just happy, it's enjoying. It's not just angry, it's frustrated as well. And this was sadness or fear, right? When the witness feels sad or scarred by memory, the sad marker will blink. Yeah, that one's fear as well. And when the witness feels surprised or confused, the surprise marker will tell us. Okay, that's also confused. That's my face during all this. Okay, I remember now. I need to find a conflict between what she's saying and which moon markers are blinking. That's right, and Mr. Farm definitely has some conflicted emotions. See?
I'll get you and your stupid little doggy tail!
Which it reacts to the surprise emotions I pick up and projects them as noise. If we can pinpoint the inconsistencies between her testimony and her feelings, the noise level should drop to 0% and the therapy session will be a success. When you find an unexpected emotion, first pinpoint it with L1. And then select the unexpected emotion or reaction for the 4 moon marks with X. Okay, now to give it a whirl. I'm just gonna do normal voice here. I guess Trucy is the one who killed Mr. Reyes. Even she could move the body with that lift. Look how sinister that look is on Trucy. I was on stage at the time. But that terrible mistake. My stupid flub caused Trucy so much trouble. I feel so bad about it. You know what? Let me go back to this. I'm gonna take a picture of this screen because I always get confused by this. Probably should write this down too, but for now a picture will do. Okay. Alright. Okay, so what's flashing? So sadness or scared? Well, she murdered him. Man, look at that drawing. It's scary to think of an evil Trucy. Image, she can move the body with that lift. That's also sad. Sad that she would commit the murder. So sad that she would kill him or afraid of her. Sad that she would manipulate the body. I was on stage at the time with no emotions. We really wouldn't expect any emotions here. But that terrible mistake. So, surprise is going crazy. Surprised or confused. Wait, why is she sad? Why is she sad or scared? Mr. Vane's reaction is completely unexpected. I don't think so, Apollo. Are you sure you remember how to do this? Oh, maybe not completely sure. You have to have input inconsistency to bias assessments and emotions. For example, if she's saying, it made me so mad, but the main matrix shows that she was feeling happy. It gets just like that. Alright, so, let me try this again. You guys went out, we might as well just tell me the answer too. Because doesn't she say that here? I feel so, oh wait, there was another emotion. I didn't even see this. I feel so bad about it. If you feel so bad about it, why are you happy? I didn't even see that screen.
Got it!
I didn't even see that screen. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. I didn't go all the way to the right. I have to say, Mr. Pham, you certainly are a strange one. Even though you said, I feel so bad about it, it seems you were feeling happy about it. Bonk. I think I can guess why you're feeling happy. It must be because you messed Trucy up. I think you were happy because you messed the defendant up. I'm right, aren't I?
Now you gotta be kidding me. Why would I be happy? I messed Trucy up. I'm a big fan of hers.
Because we saw you.
I hate her. I loved her. I can't say that Trucy right. It's because she's a looking man. She thinks all that. So this is exactly what this little bug deserves.
We saw how you said you hated Trucy right. How you were glad she was in trouble. And how, even how it was what she deserved.
Ouch!
It looks like I hit the bunny on the head, so to speak.
Ah!
Apollo, the noise level dropped. Now if we could get it down to 0%. Well, Mr. Pham, are you ready to confess how you really feel?
What? What do you mean? I'm Bunny, the sweet, cute little bunny.
I'm a rookie magician working hard to be just like my idol, Trucy.
That's what you're supposed to be!
Objection!
Keep that up, Mr. Pham, and you're going to have a mental breakdown. Just let yourself be who you really are. Always be true to yourself, how about that? Who I really am? The two sides of you are fighting each other, are doing a psychic harm. I can hear them, two distinct voices battling inside of you.
Shut your bio! You know nothing about it all!
I mean, you mustn't say things like that, I might get flustered. Mr. Pham, how long do you insist on maintaining this wolf in sheep's clothing act? We can't end this therapy session until you get real with us. Set the wild beast inside you free.
Ouch!
All the dots. Yep, just all of them.
Don't make me laugh. You don't know a dang thing about me. You wanna see who I really am? Well, fine! Take a good look.
Oh my god. She's turned into Bat Bunny. I mean, the key sounds are what the bats make in Final Fantasy 1.
What in the world? Sheep's clothing? You got it all wrong. It's a rabbit suit that I've got on. And I'm not a wolf. I'm a blood-sucking vampire. A bat with fangs and wings.
Eek! I think we just opened Pandora's box.
I'm finally done with the gratuitous Corntail act. I feel as free as a bat kid.
Alrighty then, she's completely insane.
Defeats! Your therapy station is taking a turn from the worst from the looks of it.
There's a perfect good explanation for this. Is it there, Miss Sykes? Methinks I created a monster. We blow it!
Hey, you! That's the boy!
Who, me?
Hey, you think I'm glad that Trissy Wright's in trouble? Then I think she's getting her just desserts! Well, guess what? You're right!
Does this mean you admit to wishing the defendant harm?
Well, the bat is out of the bag now. That mistake of mine was a work of art. Thanks to my goof, Paula and Trissy had to do all of that hard physical labor.
When you say hard physical labor, what are you referring to?
Because I missed a hot superstition to say to my both of those who stage lifts. They must have been so heavy. What am I?
That's strange. Athena, could you please add that last statement to Bonnie's testimony? Alright, I'll update the mid-matrix with the new info. Hey, Apollo. Now there's a new inconsistency in the testimony. Yeah, she finally slipped up. So what do I need to do now? How does she know that? Is that it? Well, for this part onward, you just do what you do best. Find the contradictory testimony and present evidence to refute it. Alright, I've got you now, Bunny the Farm. I guess Trissy is the only one that killed Mr. Reyes. Even she could move the body with that left. I was on stage at a time with that terrible mistake. You know what? Thanks to that, she ended up having to move the stage lifts. No one knows that, right? Like, I could have swore we saw that earlier. Stage lift Trissy had to move out of the way. No, there was something where it's like, she told no one this here. So how would Bonnie know that?
Objection!
I remember reading that, you know, a few minutes ago. This is why when you play games like consecutively, you remember stuff better. When you play on YouTube and you stop after an hour, you know, I see people who play like Ace Attorney and they stop after, I don't know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour. I feel like only playing an hour sometimes doesn't even do enough because there's just so much going on, you know? That doesn't make sense.
What? So you think I'm crazy now?
No, I think you're... No, that's not the point I was trying to make.
But how are you denying it?
Mr. Fall, allow me to repeat your statement. Thanks to that, she ended up having to move the stage lifts.
That's right. I still say that's what she deserved.
But, how did you know? How did you know Miss Wright moved the stage lifts?
Huh?
According to her own statement, she didn't tell anyone that she had done so.
What?
So how could you possibly have known what she had done unless you saw her? You saw Miss Wright moving the lifts in the Understage Passage, didn't you? Aw, look at that picture. That is devious as heck. That is a devious picture. Is that a spoiler if I use that as a thumbnail? I hope not, because that's a really cool looking picture. And we already know that she's suspect, right? I may use a different picture, like her pointing the umbrella or something. Yeah, I may do that. You did it, Apollo. Noise levels at 0%.
But Mr. Justice, what did that mean?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Fawn myself was under the stage where the victim was killed. And I hardly need to tell the court what that means. You're one artful liar, Mr. Fawn, and one spectacular suspect. have no idea where that came from, but good lord.
You're saying that I killed Mr. Reyes?
I'm saying that it's a possibility. What's more, I say you had a solid motive to frame my client for the murder as well.
Objection.
My apologies for running on the defense's merry revelry. But you seem to have forgotten one very important point. And what is that one point? We're gonna have to wait for the next episode for that, my friends. Much love to you all. You all are the #1 YouTube community, all of YouTube. I can't thank you enough for all that you do for me, and I love you all so very greatly. Our adventure poll just wrapped up. Stray Gods, the musical, the role-play musical, won in a very tight race. And you can go check out my thoughts on that in the community side community page. But for now, if you like what you see, don't forget to hit the thumbs up to like and subscribe. And I will see you again very, very soon. Have a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day. And until then, so long. And take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter. And you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.